One very important aspect of trying to get to where you want to go is that you have to understand the importance of momentum. Momentum can be used as a cheat code to help you fast track towards achieving your goals. An example of this is for my holiday lighting business. Whenever we get one customer, we pursue that lead as quick as possible, and then that also helps us get other customers because we get their house decorated, we do an excellent job, and then now we have other people around them who live nearby asking for their houses to get done. It's all about using that momentum and capitalizing on it to allow for your business or whatever aspect of your life you're trying to improve to grow at the quickest rate possible. Another example is in the fitness world. If you work out one day, you need to work out the next day and stick to that schedule. And that momentum that you build each day, that discipline that you build each day, will allow you to never ever want to skip a day. And that's what has worked for me because as someone who used to skip days in the past, I now go 7 days a week and I don't miss a day. And that momentum is built over 3 years now where I can guarantee to the day I die, I will not miss a day in the gym. No matter if I'm slightly injured, sick, whatever it may be, I'm going to push because I know I have that momentum built up over these years, the discipline, the hard work. Think of momentum as this sort of energy that when you combine it with itself, it grows at an exponential rate. This can be literally applied to any aspect of your life, and I challenge everyone out there to simply stick to one thing and do not stop until you're relentlessly pursuing it. And that will guarantee that you will have a chance to achieve success in whatever realm you pursue. The scary part is we're never going to know when that is for each of us. Whether you're trying to get a six pack, whether you're trying to get $1 million in the bank, whether you're trying to buy your first house, there's no way to know exactly when you're going to do it, but I honestly believe it doesn't matter. I think you guys should be focused on putting in the work to get there rather than focusing on the end result because the energy spent as well as the time spent focusing on the end result actually gets you farther away from your goals. And that's why I find it so ironic that all the people who spend that much time talking about daydreaming, whatever it may be, just thinking about the fact that they want to get somewhere, but they don't actually put in the work, it doesn't actually do anything. Not only does it not do anything positive for you, but it actually hurts you because it gets you further away from where you want to go. So it's super important to understand that the only thing that's going to get you closer to where you want to go is the work. There's no way around it. And if you don't want to do that work, I highly suggest you accept where you are in life and you stay on that path of either just decline or just staying steady because there's no way to improve without challenge, growth as a result of that challenge, and simply putting yourself in pain. Growth is always stimulated by pain. Whether it's working out, you have to tear your muscles in order for them to build back up stronger. Once you've decided what aspect of life you want to apply yourself to and you've began to develop that momentum and you can see yourself constantly improving each day, that's a great start. And from here, it's super important to understand that there's a lot of work to go, but the hardest part is actually over. The hardest part with anything in life is simply getting started, and that's what separates you from everyone else because most people unfortunately live in fear, and that prevents them from starting things in their life, taking that risk, quitting their job to pursue their dream, whatever it may be, trying to get a six pack because they're worried if they're on a diet, they're going to get judged and they don't want to not drink because they want to fit in with society, whatever it may be. There's always sacrifice and risks associated with getting to where you want to go. But if you cannot handle or stomach the risks, you don't actually want the end result. And it's super important to understand that. As you continue down the path to using momentum to fuel yourself for the next day, building yourself, growing yourself, there's going to be some days that you run into roadblocks. And those roadblocks are actually super important. I can relate this to any aspect of life. An easy one is fitness. There's a million days where I do not want to work out, maybe because I'm tired, maybe I'm sick, maybe I just don't feel like working out because I have a million other things to do. But those days are super important because they actually give me the strength once I complete the workout to know that on the hard days I can actually do it. It's just my mind getting the best of me. And so those days you actually get more momentum. And one way to think of it is honestly like a video game. Think of the hard days as like double XP boost or whatever it may be, however you want to think about it. Because the harder the job that you get done that day, the bigger the reward and the bigger the understanding that your mind develops that you actually are way stronger and you can achieve way more than you believe. And this is such an important concept because no one thinks that they're as good as they are in the beginning until they truly discover and unlock that inner strength that you can't always see until you really unlock it. And I always knew I had strength, but I never knew that I had the level of strength that I truly had. And doing some of the things that I'm doing today in terms of fitness, I never thought I would be doing. But in terms of business, I always had these aspirations and knew that I would achieve these milestones in my life. And I still have many milestones to go. But like I said, fitness is something that I never thought I would achieve the milestones that I am currently achieving today because it's super impressive. The fact that I'm working out 7 days a week, doing extremely difficult cardio sessions, weighted pull-ups, weighted dips, all these things and hitting these PRs. The old me would have never thought this. So I really challenge everyone out there to think about the fact that you actually may have a lot left inside of you that you don't even know about. And that should scare you, but also more importantly, motivate you to actually think about the fact that you need to put more into yourself to develop yourself, because there's a lot more of you that you have to discover still. And once you discover those missing parts of you that are just hidden for now, and once you unlock those, you're going to be a whole new person that is stronger, better, more successful in whatever realm you choose, and just happier overall, because unlocking new parts of yourself is the coolest part of life. All these hidden talents, strengths that people unlock that they never knew they had. Imagine dying one day and not knowing that you could have been a pro athlete, you could have been a chef for a 5-star Michelin restaurant, whatever it may be. All these things that people are scared to try, and maybe they even know they could be really good, but they're just too scared to try. It's not worth not trying, because you only get one life. If we had 10 lives, sure, one life you play it conservative, one life you play it risky, but we only have one life, so you have to go all in and pursue your dreams as long as that's what you want. I can also relate this to filming content because it's a really easy example. I have a TikTok account that I've grown to over 250,000 followers, and the way I did that was by simply posting multiple times every day, and I did not miss a day. Now with YouTube, I cannot post every day due to the type of long form content that I'm filming and the fact that I have a job and multiple side hustles, but I'm posting once a week. And so I'm continuing to post once a week to allow for the momentum of this channel to build over time. And these videos and the new viewers I get are going to compound over time. And eventually there's going to be 10,000, 100,000, a million, and so on. And the fact that I'm documenting that now just shows you that we're at the beginning of the wave, and eventually it's going to be a huge wave of momentum, but we're just at the beginning right now. And this is the coolest part, to actually be in the content and actually see it from the start and the ground up, because anyone who watches now and then sees the success later will get to understand this concept better than anyone, because you're here before the majority of the momentum is even built. And that's the coolest time to see the growth happen, since you're going to be able to look back on these videos and see, wow, he didn't even 100% know that he was going to get to where he wanted to go, but the momentum that he built over time made it so he had a great chance. And once I achieve all these things that I'm talking about, it's going to be crystal clear to anyone who watches that you simply just have to put in the work, stay consistent, and success will find you one day. And with that being said, if you guys take one thing from this video, is that use the momentum in your life, whatever it may be. Take those small wins, understand that those small wins stack up over time, and do not stop pursuing your goals until you achieve them, because there's no better feeling than the journey as well as achieving the goals you want to get to, because life is all about challenging yourself and growing, and setting goals for yourself is the coolest way to do that, because you can reflect on your losses, enjoy your wins, and enjoy the journey towards your destination. I will see you guys very soon for the next video. Peace.